We talking about all things sports. We talking about all things sports. We talking about all things sports.
What's up, everybody? You are Talkin Sports with Mike and P.L. I am your co-host, Mr. P.L. Coulter, and flanked to my right-hand man, Mr. Michigan Mike, Michael Hasso.
What's up?
What's going on, Michigan Mike, man? You ready to talk some sports?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man, let's get started. So, 30, 40 minutes up the road, we got a big-time game coming up on Monday, huh?
Yeah, really big game. It's Ohio Buckeyes against Oregon.
Oh, Ohio and Oregon for the national title.
Yeah, I mean, I might be a little biased on that one, so I'm going to pick Oregon, but who you got?
Mike, you might want to cover your ears for this one.
All right, go ahead.
Although I can never actually utter the words, I'll just say that I think Oregon is in trouble on Monday night.
Did you already say who it was going to be? I still have my ears covered. Are you done?
I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Matchup wise, I mean, yeah, Mariota versus the third string QB from Ohio. It should be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Ohio just seems to find a way to win every time, kind of like Florida State did last year and this year.
Right.
With their second string quarterback and then their third string quarterback and beating Alabama like that. So they might surprise everybody too, but I'm still going to pick Oregon with the Mariota and Heisman winner. So
right. So one thing's for sure, we should see plenty of highlights and scores and stuff on that jumbotron.
Oh yeah,
Jerry Dome.
Definitely a lot of big plays. I think the over/under is 75 points. Might want to take the over.
You might want to take the over, ladies and gentlemen. Now, overall big picture of the college football playoff. Well, what did you come away with this one thinking?
Probably the main thing is SEC isn't as dominant as they were past 8 years or so. In the past, everyone was like SEC is definitely the best conference. I still think they are still the best conference overall.
Yeah, me too.
But their top teams, they're not as dominant anymore. Alabama or Ole Miss or Auburn would just destroy a Big Ten team,
right,
or a Pac-12 team or ACC team, but it's not like that anymore. So a lot of their top teams fell off during bowls, or Alabama actually losing. So that was actually a surprise.
Right. The biggest thing and just to kind of piggyback on that, the biggest thing I kind of took away from the whole, playoff first year deal is the fact that, like you said, the SEC is not necessarily locked in on tradition into one of those championship slots. Whereas if this was a BCS era, I mean, we could have very well seen Alabama versus Florida State, and nobody would have batted an eye, and they were clearly not the two best teams as we found out.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, when you get to the Final Four, it all becomes kind of like college basketball. It all comes to matchups.
Right.
And I think Ohio just outmatched. Was a bad matchup for Alabama.
Right. They were kind of a mirror image, if you will.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good product in Ohio. Michigan faithful knows that very well. Jameis Winston, speaking of the college football, he's about to declare for the NFL draft. No shocker there. Let me ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you think he was forced to by Florida State? Do you think he wanted to actually come back?
I think he was forced. I think
so?
I think that's a no-brainer. They're kind of like, can you just leave so NCAA doesn't come at us?
Right.
Yeah. So he's like, fine, I'll just get my money the right way and
right,
come to the
because
NFL.
he said the right way, right? I can buy my crab legs. I mean, because maybe a day or so after the Rose Bowl loss, he was undecided, saying that he would probably come back, and then this complete about face, and then less than 12 hours later, we get a quote. Really like an editorial, if you will, to Mr.
Yeah,
James
it was like a short story.
Right, like a short. This is really bizarre, and I just want to read to you just an excerpt of this, Mike. This is from Jimbo Fisher. Now, you watch college football just as much, because I watched a lot of it with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to thank him being Jameis Winston, for the way he represented himself and the organization in so many tough situations, and the professionalism, Mike, and the professionalism in which he handles the ability to be such a great teammate to his teammates and always put them and the program above himself, Mike.
That's a lot of Boo Nanny right there.
Mike, what like seriously though, Mike. I mean, no LOL right here. I mean, when you watch the whole thing unfold, I mean,
Yeah.
the way he represented himself. Are we talking about the numerous allegations? Are we talking about the crab legs? Are we talking about
I don't
standing
know
up
what he's
on
talking
a
about.
cafeteria table and
Maybe he was talking about a different player, but he did say Jameis Winston. So
He
I don't know.
did. He did say Jameis Winston. I mean, maybe that was translation for thanks for the title and the job extension to get your.
That was
outta
probably
here.
thank you for leaving quietly and not saying anything when we told you not to say anything.
Right.
That was probably that.
Right.
And
if
thank
leave
you for
now-
your parents for coming to our family. Quote, thank you for taking the money and not saying anything.
Right.
Yeah.
He's learned from the Pony Express days of SMU, but I will digress. So you know what, Jimbo Fisher, for that, you gotta stop playing.
Man, stop playing.
Stop
man.
playing,
Stop
Jimbo
playing.
Fisher. Come on, man. We're smarter than that. Now, to the professionals, the people who'll be joining this fall, we're down to what we got now. 8 teams left. We got the big boys up to play. Let's get started right with Saturday night. Well, Saturday afternoon. We got
Saturday,
the
yeah.
New England Patriots hosting the Baltimore Ravens. Mike, who you got?
Man, I gotta keep with the Patriots. Although the Ravens is a bad matchup for the Patriots.
Just like you were talking about in college, the Ravens are a bad matchup for the Patriots.
Man, it's just-
Whether they play in Foxborough or not.
Yeah. So they seem to have the Patriots or Tom Brady's card in the playoff postseason. I think they beat them 2-1.
Yeah, they got a 2-1 edge on them. Yeah.
So they just match up really well against the Patriots. If it was another team, it'd be different. Like if it was the Ravens and Broncos probably beat them by 20. But Patriots,
Right. Now,
it's like their kryptonite.
right. I'm rooting for the Patriots to win because you know I want a Patriots Cowboys Super Bowl, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to roll with the Ravens on this and pray that I'm wrong for all the reasons that you just said. The 2-1 versus Tom Brady. It's almost like they're the AFC version of the Giants to the Patriots. Like they just have a formula that works against them, and hopefully that's not the case. But I would take the Ravens if I was putting money on it. That night we have the defending champions taking the field to defend their title. The Seahawks will be hosting the Carolina Panthers. Who you got?
Man, I definitely got the Seahawks on this.
Man, we keep on rolling with this one, right?
Yeah, we can keep
Seahawks
on
in the
going.
sweep.
Yeah,
Seahawks in the sweep. It's been
no-brainer.
a great story. Cam will holler at you next year. Okay, now on Sunday, the big boy game, the Ice Bowl 2.0. We have the Green Bay Packers hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Mike, who you got?
Man.
I'm loving this right now.
If it was a healthy Aaron Rodgers, I'd probably say the Packers. Because
Don't do it, Mike.
It is Aaron Rodgers and it is Lambeau Field. Although, I mean, he has a torn like ankle. Like how? Like you just gonna sew them together and then put them out there?
He's already dropping hints that
He
to
hasn't
not
practiced
expect-
yet. He hasn't even practiced yet.
This he could pull a Willis Reed. You know, you never know.
Nah, man, I got
Don't do it, Mike.
I got the
I can't let
Cowboys.
you do. No, don't.
I got the Cowboys on this one.
Now, everybody who under the sound of your voice knows that you are not a Cowboys fan,
Oh no,
and I'm looking at this as a jinx now.
I think I'm putting it that way too.
I'm going to neutralize that jinx with a Cowboys road victory. I just think that DeMarco Murray and the Cowboys offense, plus we got a little Lady Luck on our side. I did just drop an hour. They'll be there again if and when they get eliminated. But I'm taking the Cowboys on that one as well, and we will cap NFL playoff weekend off with the matchup with the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts. Who you got?
Man, Luck's been. I mean, he played good last game. I know Peyton Manning has been playing really, really bad the last like 5
He's been
games.
playing. Get you tossed out of the fantasy playoffs in the first round bad, but I'm going to digress.
Oh, is that what happened?
He's been playing that bad. But I will digress.
And I mean, it'd be different if it was one of those quarterback, kind of like the Spurs, like they just show up in postseason play. But Peyton's known for not showing up in postseason.
And
So
he's looked, as you would call it, just flat out boo boo the last month.
yeah, so man, I'm gonna take the Colts on this one.
I want to take the Colts too, but Andrew Luck is the real deal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Colts with no. You know what?
Just take the Broncos.
No, you're not gonna tell me to take the Broncos. I'm going with the Colts. With a sweep, I'm taking Andrew Luck and the Colts. Now, if you guys have any questions or want to lay your predictions on us as well, you can always feel free to reach me at PL Culture. That's at PLCOLTER. You can always reach the co-host at
Michael Hosso. That's at MICHAELJASSO.
Life is a sport, ladies and gentlemen, so always play to win.
Go Blue.
How about them Cowboys?
Mm-mm.